Hey guys, another video from the Anti-Nerd here, and today I'm bringing a figure that I've been wanting for a while, which is the Renew Your Vows Spider-Man. A lot of people say this is the best Spider-Man so far. We're gonna have this Maximum Spider-Man release pretty soon, so I really wanted to buy this guy because I want to compare him to the other Spider-Man modes that we got so far and get ourselves ready for this big launch of the year, which is the Maximum Spider-Man. So I got this figure for $30, okay, at eBay, loose, without packaging. It's incomplete. It does not have the Mary Jane Spinneret action figure. I bought only the Spider-Man, guys. And I think one thing that I want to highlight is how come this is the best Spider-Man if you have to buy a two-pack to get him, right? And then I want to discuss this later because here we have the Walmart Spider-Man and then we have the retro one. So those are single releases, while this one and other good Spider-Mans like that one, the VHS voucher 2-pack, you have to buy a 2-pack. So how come the best Spider-Man is inside a 2-pack? I understand that, but you know, at least I think I paid a good amount because this guy's in pretty good shape. His legs move pretty well in mine, okay? They're very smooth. The joints are pinless. The blue is very dark. I want to compare the blue and discuss what tone do you think matches better? Because the Maximum Spider-Man seem to have more this dark blue, but honestly, I like to have other options, and the blue seems particularly dark here. I don't know if it's a shading thing. It seems so because here it's darker than here. At least that's the impression I got. It does have the toe articulation a lot of people talk about, but mine came with extremely hard arm joints. The face pretty cool. It reminds me a lot of this one right here. This is the Ultimate Spider-Man from the 2-pack. I will release a Ultimate Spider-Man review and comparison with the single Build-A-Figure release. This is from the Vulture 2-pack. But the head seems really similar, don't you think? The guy said that there was some fainted paint on this Renew Your Vows at eBay, but I only noticed here, like, that's a big deal. But this can happen to a lot of Spider-Man figures. Also here a little bit, but it's no big deal. I think it's in a very good shape for a used figure. $30, I didn't have to buy the 2-pack. Look at the height compared to the Ultimate. So this Spider-Man I got for $30 on eBay, and as I said, the joints are pretty hard on the arms. But as you can see, the painting is really good on this Spider-Man. I am a little surprised on how vibrant the red tones are. The toe articulation for me is not something that I necessarily require, but for me it has a nostalgic effect because the Toy Biz ones, they all had toe articulation, not only Spider-Man, but a lot of Spider-Man figures, and I want to compare to this Spider-Man from the Justice pack as well. Look at how goofy and weird this is. So I understand that this might be considered one of the best action figure Spider-Man of all time, the Renew Your Vows. But look how weird these shoulders look, right, from the Toy Biz one. The colors are very different. This reminds me a lot of the Toy Biz early 2000s era, this type of red. But coming back here to the Spider-Man Renew Your Vows, I do think that he seems very buff, and his eyes, as I said, they remind me a lot of the Ultimate Spider-Man, but which eyes are that? Because I saw someone saying that, oh, this is the best 90s Spider-Man. I do not think this would be a 90s Spider-Man. I think this is a kind of generic Spider-Man from, let's say, cover art, right? Let's say there's a lot of Spider-Man artists that they only do cover work, And I think that this reminds me of a certain universal type of Spider-Man, right? I did not read the Renew Your Vows comic book, so I don't know, but I think for people to say that this is the best Marvel Legends Spider-Man, they are saying that this design works for them, and I don't think they're super Renew Your Vows comic book fans necessarily. Because, for example, this would be 90s Spider-Man, right? This is Mark Bagley, but it seems very different. Although there's a clear association here with Mike Bagley, because this is the Ultimate Spider-Man, which it's a little bit like that. So this reminds me of the Ultimate Spider-Man. So I don't know, could be a 90s Spider-Man, but I don't relate specifically with some particular artists. The spider's really big, and I noticed something about this one compared to the retro one. Like, just take a look at how the blues are very different on those figures, right? Tell me, which one do you like more? Because I appreciate both. I do think that this is one of the worst parts, maybe the worst part of the Renew Your Vows, because this gives this breaks the design, right? While this one's very clean, the pinless, it's a great feature in my opinion, design wise. I do like how small the spider is, but here both spiders on back and front of the Renew Your Vows are very big. So this for me would be a perfect early 70s John Romita Sir Spider-Man. Well, this one I cannot name exactly which artist it is, because similar is a general Spider-Man. I've seen people draw the spider as big. I don't recall which artist, but I've seen it. I think it looks good. Makes him look more buff, because look at the lines, the size of the lines compare here, even in the apps. Here they are smaller, the size. Here they kind of like open in the chest, which makes him look more buff. I don't know if he's actually bigger. He supposedly has the same body mold as the Daredevil, but doesn't seem so, right? He seems more strong. I think it's the lines effect and how huge this spider is. So mine at least came with the complete hand set. The two fist hands, the two crawling hands, which I really love the crawling hands on a Spider-Man figure, and the web hands, right? The flippy hands. Really like this red tone. I think they nailed it. I really like this shade of blue. I am surprised how much I like this figure, because I was saying, oh, this is not the best Spider-Man, but some people say the best Spider-Man currently is the 3-pack Amazing Friends one, which I don't agree, because come on. First, this one was $19.99, and then this one is $24.99, and this one you have to spend at least $50. I spent almost with taxes and shipping $40 on this figure. It was $38. So I think it's a little pricey, but I understand that, you know, it's a classic costume Spider-Man. It's still way less than maximum, but you get less. I don't have the Peter Parker's head, which I feel like it reuses a lot of this Peter Parker head right here. It's not the same, but it is similar in the face sense if you see him without the glasses. But I wish I had the head. But since I pre-ordered the Maximum Spider-Man, I think I might be using that new head a lot, which some people don't like it. For me, it seems cool. I really want to see it in hands. So let's try maybe to swap some heads. For example, one head that I really like is the Ben Reilly head right here. So let's try to put on the Renew Your Vows Spider-Man and see how that looks. If the red matches, if it has the same proportions on the neck. It's a little, well, this is really loose. I was forcing, but this is really loose. It's good. It's not quite the same red, but it's good enough. I would say I prefer using this head on this body mode, which I'm gonna also compare a little bit of the blue shading, because I feel like that's relevant. Because this one is a little underrated. I don't see many people. Now I see a little bit of people talking about the Spider-Man. I think he's better than the Amazing Friends Spider-Man as your general Spider-Man, because it looks great. This is the most animated series accurate. But the shades of blue, it's different. It's kind of like, it's more vibrant than this one. It's way more brighter than this one, but it's not as bright as this one right here, which is the Walmart exclusive. As you can see, the blue is really, really bright. So I don't know, I didn't like that head so much. I prefer using on this one. And my head's pretty loose by now. I don't know why. I think some figure that I put is just fuck it up a little bit. This one's also a little loose, but at least you can still pose it. I really like this Spider-Man. I think he's great. The only problem is how pricey he is. But you can still find him a lot of ads on eBay selling this guy. I bought mine loose and I don't regret it because I didn't want to pay the $90 for the 2-pack complete, because I really, at this point, I don't care that much about the Spider-Man figure. Let's compare him quickly with just the height of the Secret War Spider-Man, which is the Amazing Fantasy body mode. So he's way taller, right? This one feels very tall. It feels more tall than maybe all of them. Spider-Man Retro seems pretty close, but this one is taller. He's buffy, like buff, right? Like muscular, very strong, very clean, pinless. Really like this figure. I think it's a great Spider-Man. But I cannot say he's the best Legends, because for me, personally, the best Spider-Man Legends was the ones that you could buy on a single pack like this. I would say this one still remains the best one, legend wise, because you can buy him single. The packaging is better. It's more important, right? Feels the figure is more important. But as your generic Spider-Man, I think this might work for most people. The eyes are really big, looks great. You can do a lot of poses with him. He comes with a complete set of hands, right? He comes with a Peter Parker head. And I think the 2-pack was very much well distributed, so you can still find the pack, although not in the same $50 price that he was released. So let's do some crazy Spider-Man poses here quickly. How about jumping? I think the toe articulation are good to add a little detail, right, of physics of the toy. So let's do some crawling with the Spider-Man. See how he compares to the other ones, because the one of the worst things of the Spider-Man of the retro wave, the Joe Romita early 70s Spider-Man, is that he does not come with crawling hands, and this one comes with all the hands, which I feel like it's really good. And I'm really curious to see how the hands on the Maximum Spider-Man look like, because it's different, right? The way they posed it, it's less of the same hands we see all the time, you know. One pose I like, looks particularly good on the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man, right? Marvel Legends is like this, really, really cool, really like it. Doing something more like jumping. The hips, you can do crazy poses with him. This is, Spider-Man is for this, right? Doing crazy poses. I do know that the Maximum Spider-Man seems more articulated, but this one, I mean, compared to the Toys ones I grew up with, that one is much, much better. So for the Spider-Man's Renew Your Vows, I'm gonna give a grade of 9 out of 10. Just because he doesn't come in a single release, which I think would be very cool for him. It would be very cool to see this guy on a single release, and I hope they still make good comic book Spider-Mans that goes for $24.99 instead of $50. But that is unlikely that we'll do that, because the new standard for body mode will probably be the maximum Spider-Man, which will make this one a little obsolete, but I do hope that still they continue to release classic Spider-Mans for a more affordable price, right? So keep in tune with the Anti-Nerd and see you later, guys.